Hi again.
Hello,
We are back. Rebecca,
and Bernette.
and we're here as Spirit Speaks. So, what we do is channel messages for those who are on the other side of life. However, today we are going to give a channeled message that Bernette has received and have some discussion and conversation about it.
Just a little.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. So, just to give some background on a few days ago, I sat down to do one thing and then I got the message that I needed to write down a message from Setha. And if you're familiar with our channel, then you know that I've been doing some channeling of Setha, formerly known as Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told I needed to give a brief message from Setha, but that my own guide wanted to come through as well and give me a message. And what she said was that she wanted to become more involved in giving messages and sharing from her experience and from her wisdom publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote down messages from both of them, and I'm going to share those with you here, and then we're going to talk a little bit about them. So this is the one from Setha. And yes, I am going to read it. So it says, prepare yourself now for the new day dawning. It will require your strength of heart over your strength of mind. For your heart must guide the mind. It should not be an afterthought. All that you are must understand the importance of a heart-centered approach to dealing with this earth and your fellow man. Begin now through feeling from the heart and letting it expand to fill you and go out from you to the world that needs it. That is all. Setha.
So, yeah, as I listen to that, I'm hearing that we should lead with love, basically. Because if you lead from the heart, the heart is the center for love, as we know it and as we understand it.
I like that summary, to lead with love, not have it be an afterthought.
Yeah.
I think when they said it should not be an afterthought, and it must guide the mind. So not that you don't use the mind,
but you start
with the heart.
With
start
the
with
heart.
love.
Start with love, and then figure it out. But let love be the basis.
Yes, and it says, understand the importance of a heart-centered approach to dealing with this earth and your fellow man. So to dealing with the planet, our earth,
Mm-hmm.
and to each other.
Mm-hmm.
To start with the heart, start with love.
Start with love. Yeah. Because most of the time we try to look at, well, what is right? And how should it be done? And what is the right way to do it? And we use judgment, which comes from the mind. Because judgment is how we feel or how we think things should be done. So rather than try to think about how things should be done and who should be doing what, we should think about, we let love lead.
Let it guide you.
Let love guide the whatever it is that should be.
But I'm also hearing it starts first, but don't let go of mind. But the mind isn't the first. The thought isn't first. It's the heart, love, and then whatever you're thinking about will come from a place of love. I just got that. Whatever you think about will come from a place of love if you start with love.
Yeah. Well, it's a short message, but it's a powerful message.
I'm just receiving that the more you love and the more that you put that out, the more your thoughts will become in alignment with love. And it'll continuously flow, and it'll actually begin to shift your thoughts in the way that love begins to flow from here to here naturally, and you won't have to think about how to love. It will be a way of being.
I believe that was just channeled to you.
It was. I just received that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's in regards to the planet as well as to our fellow man.
Yes. Planet as well as our fellow man. And it's interesting because the message that I received from, and I'm calling her AM, her initials, also has to do with our planet. And I guess that's why they came through together, because they're both passionate about what we're doing on this earth. And she gave me a bit of a message about for me that was intended for me, and then she went into a message that was intended for others.
Okay, so if you don't mind sharing the name of your guide, and you can call her AM, but okay. I'm sure people will probably want to know, well, what does AM stand for?
But then they may want to ask me questions. Arcer, she told me Arcer Mantis. ARCER, Mantis. And she's when I was introduced to her, she was a master guide apprentice, so to speak. That's what she told me. But now she's a master guide, and she was assigned to me. So this is what she says in the message I received. And she speaks differently because she's unlike Setha, which is like a collective, she's not a collective. So she says, there is so much selfishness that it brings me sadness. I once lived as you live, loved as you love, but the need for things has grown in this era beyond healthiness. It consumes the consumer and owns the owner. It is no longer commodity, but necessity. It tolls you and your planet, this excess by which so many live, as if this current life is all there is or will be. There must be thought given to tomorrow and the world being born each day. Have your children lost their value that you would consume the world from them? I'm not like Setha who speaks from up there. Let me speak plainly. You are destroying what should not be destroyed. I am a master guide in addition to having duties to you, have duties to the earth. Please consider this message with your heart towards others as much as yourself. Please know that in truth there is only you and you are they.
AM. That's kind of strong, and it talks about our materialism.
Very much.
How we are just consuming the earth.
Consuming, and that almost what we are consuming and owning actually owns us.
It does, because you know how we don't want to let go of anything? Everything we get, we feel we have to have it, we need to have it. We don't want to release anything, even when we're not using it. And it,
it's so true.
When I look around, I'm traveling and I'm out and about, and I'm seeing all of the storage areas. It's like we're buying and consuming stuff
that we don't even use.
That we don't use.
It's in storage.
In storage, we are not using it.
Yeah.
And if we're not using it, do we really need it? No, but we are attached to it. We're attached to it because we've invested in it. We work and we get income and we spend money to get it. So it becomes an investment now because I've spent my
That's true.
self into it.
But then it owns you, because now you're paying for something you've already paid for, even though you're not using it.
I'm paying to hold it in storage, even though I know I'm not going to use it. Or I haven't considered the fact that I'm not going to use it. And I've had it for years.
And then I don't want to give it away.
Don't want to give it away. And then I want more.
So
because I need it newer, because there's a better one.
Yes.
So I need a newer version, but then I have 2 or 3 of the older versions. And so what is that really doing to the earth, and what is it doing to our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and generations that follow us?
Yeah. We're not thinking beyond ourselves and what we think is a need right now. Not necessarily truly a need. What we think it's a need.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just reminded of the Lead with Love message. If we led with love, and we led with love for our earth and our fellow man, would our behavior change? If we love the earth truly,
If we truly
love the earth truly, would our behavior change? If we loved our fellow man and our children, she says, have children lost their value? Or do we not care about them and what we're leaving them and what we're taking
from the earth, that they won't
have what they need?
Right. They won't be able to have.
So you would consume the world from them. That hits me as a mom. That I think about my kids and then my grandkids, and what we're doing right now, and how it's going to affect the world that they live in. It's how do we lead from that heart place to our earth, this earth that we have just one of?
How do we bring ourselves to realize that we have enough? That we have enough.
That we actually have enough. I don't have an answer for that. Maybe someone out there does.
Yeah, I don't either.
But it's interesting, and I was just brought to mind to this, is we often don't think we can live without something.
We can.
Until you finally say, I'm going to get rid of it, and then you realize
you can.
One, you've been living without it anyways, because
even while you had it, you were living without it.
You were living without it.
I'm reminded of when I moved to Atlanta, that I had a whole house full of everything. Me, one person. There's no way I was able to use everything in the house. I got rid of half of what I had. I had to put it in storage because, initially I couldn't bring it because I didn't have anywhere to put it. But now that I'm here, I realize I didn't need all of that anyway. I don't even miss what I don't have.
Isn't that something?
That's why I'm not inclined to... I realize I don't really need...
Don't need as much.
I don't need as much. Because even when we have it, are we really using it?
Very true.
We're not using it. It's there. It's in our presence. We see it.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's in storage, you don't even see it.
If it's in your garage, you probably don't see it.
Yeah.
It's in a box. Do you know every single thing that's in every single bin or box in your possession? No. We have to go through it to see, that's where that is.
Right.
And then you close it up and you keep going. You leave it there until next year. You go back to the box and remember that it's there again.
It's still there.
And did you need it? Did you use it?
So be mindful to be mindful. Before purchasing, do you really need it? That's the first thing. Before purchasing, do you really need it?
I have started asking that now. Do I really need it? Even if it's a new something to wear. Do I really need it? Do I? Am I going to use it once I purchase it? And sometimes we can have so much until it's too much to even use all of it.
Very true. Very true. And there's some people who don't have nearly enough. And then there's the overconsumerism.
And I would venture to say most of us are over-consumers.
On some level.
Yeah. Do our children have no value? Do my generations have no value?
Yes.
And then we said, well, I'm just one person, but yes.
Multiply that times 8.5 billion people on this planet.
Yeah, I'm just one person. And you multiply that, if each one person start with themselves, we can make a difference.
You can.
We can make a difference.
Because the first change is always with self.
With self.
Always.
With self.
So I know Arthur wants to be more involved. So I may begin bringing messages from her. And when I start and this is on my channel, when I start the advice channel on my YouTube channel in 2018, she's already made me aware that she wants to be in on that in some way.
So you'll be hearing more from her.
I'll be hearing more from Arthur, for sure. And of course more from Setha, who pops in with messages.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's it. We'd love to know what you guys thought of the messages that came through Setha and Arthur. You can drop your comments in on the page below and let us know what you think. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you haven't already subscribed and you'd like our channel, please subscribe as well.
Yes, would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, we thank you for joining us and listening to the end.
Thanks so much.
We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye now.